Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Cuyahoga County Public Safety and Justice Affairs Committee. Tuesday, October 31st. Roll call, please.
And just as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Gallagher.
Here.
Ms. Conwell. Mr. Tuma.
Here.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
Ms. Simon. Ms. Simon is absent. There is a quorum.
Public comment.
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
In your packets, you'll have the meeting minutes of October 3rd. If they're in order, I'll accept the motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Resolution 2023-0290.
Resolution number 2023-0290, authorizing an amendment to contract number 2120 with Passages Connecting Fathers and Sons for the implementation of the Cognitive Behavioral Interventions for Offenders Seeking Employment Program for moderate and high-level risk-level offenders who are unemployed or underemployed.
Oh, I apologize. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Lagoonzad. I am the interim administrator of the Corrections Planning Board under the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court. I have a PowerPoint presentation. So again, we're talking about the provider called Passages and a contract amendment for the years 2023 to 2025. It's called, in short, the CBI EMP program. EMP is for employment. And we have two guests here today that I've asked to attend, and that is Dr. Brian Moore. He's the president and CEO of Passages, and Mr. Stephen Hawkins. He's the director of the Cuyahoga Cognitive Behavioral Interventions Program at Passages. This is a contract amendment. The larger name of Passages is listed there, but again, there's the long name, but I'll just use the short name Passages. This is amendment from reaching out from a first 2-year contract, the original. And this amendment, again, is to go for another 2 years. The cost of the amendment is $1,065,476, where 100% of these funds are funded by the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections, CCA grant funds, Community Corrections Act grant funds. The total clients to be served under this employment program is over 200 clients. The goal of the Passages CBI EMP program is to ensure unemployed adults under community supervision with the court's adult probation department, and they're under probation for a felony offense, are referred for employment services and acquire full-time employment for the long term. The CBI EMP program has 3 requirements. The first one is mandatory attendance at 16 days of group programming for individuals who are referred to receive employment services by the Adult Probation Department. If they are unemployed, and they're unemployed when they go into this program, if they are unemployed after the 16 days of classes, the participants must attend a Passages Job Club or Enhanced Case Management every Friday of the week. Once a full-time and verifiable employment is maintained for 3 months by a participant, that person is considered to have successfully graduated from the program. The CBI EMP program has 3 main components. The CBI means Cognitive Behavioral Intervention, and that's the classes, the first part of it, the cognitive classes. The second piece is the workforce classes, and the third piece is to ensure that participants have meaningful employment, and there's oversight of that to ensure that they have it up to the 3-month period. The CBI EMP program, it's based on a model. The curriculum is based on a model that's been developed by the University of Cincinnati's Correction Institute, and it's called Cognitive Behavioral Interventions for Offenders Seeking Employment. That program allows offenders to focus on rethinking one's views of employment. It also allows offenders to learn a variety of skills to better prepare for situations that could throw them off track when trying to not only obtain employment, but maintain employment. The class location is on Carnegie Avenue in Cleveland. The CBI EMP program has a second piece, as I said earlier, which is the workforce classes, where the participants develop interview and resume skills and so much more. They also look at various employment opportunities available in different fields. The intent is for these participants to secure a job at a good hourly wage and have at least one additional benefit in addition. The CBI EMP program also, like I said, is looking over and ensuring that participants obtain meaningful employment, which means full-time, 40 hours a week at a regular job. They must receive a regular pay stub with a W-2 form signed, and they do not allow for under-the-table jobs, contract work, seasonal work, or any kind of other type of temporary work. A professional email is developed for all the participants for obvious reasons. If they're trying to get in touch with employers, they have that established for them, and also to keep in touch with the program as it proceeds along. Participants are in the classes, and they have to attend 3 sessions a day, and they have 1 workforce class and 2 of the CBI classes. And for the first 15 days, the clients must attend all 3 sessions, and on the 16th day, they have 2 sessions. But the total is the 16 workforce and the 31 CBI sessions equals 47 sessions per month. And that amounts to almost, well, it says 78 hours for their participation. That's a lot of effort by these individuals in the program. I also stated that there were comprehensive case management services provided to the participants in the program. The purpose of this piece is to assess barriers that the participants may be having to obtaining employment, make service referrals for these individuals if needed, and also they're tracking the outcomes and their progress in the program. A new cohort starts every month for the participants in this program, and obviously the court assists with finding these individuals who are to be in the program. And again, like I said, if unemployed at the end of the program, participants must, join the Passages Job Club or keep up with the case management services. And again, once employed for 3 months, the individual is considered to have graduated from the program. Program incentives. So like I said, there's 78 hours of participation in this program. That's a lot to expect these individuals to show up continuously for this. And so the program has been designed to provide them a smaller amount of incentives for them to, for their participation. And so the incentives have to do with, finishing halfway through the program, the completion of the program, perfect attendance. They receive gift cards once employed. And after they have maintained 3 months of employment. And there's also, for these individuals, assistance with transportation in the form of bus tickets or, like I said, other types of transportation that we have available to get them to where they need to be, especially with these first-time jobs. And that is it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So the court picks who goes into this program?
The court makes referrals, absolutely, yes. And yes.
What happens if partway through this they decide it's too much effort, I don't want to do it?
Well, they they drop out of the program, but they are referred to their probation officer, and the program does notify the probation officer that they have dropped out of the program. And, if there's an issue related to you dropped out of the program without employment, that's a whole nother thing that they have to reassess. I understand sometimes that the individual will be brought back into the program. Am I correct about that? Yes, re-referrals to the program.
Okay, thank you.
Through the chair, to Linda, the courts assist with probation and these kind of programs. Is there anything that they assist them with in terms of housing? Because I know it depends on if it's a felony or something like that, and then their hands are cut off in terms of housing, and we experience many of them coming to our homeless shelter.
Right. So I'm going to defer over to the probation officer and understanding the situation of the individual, who's under probation, the probationer, that there's an assessment of that situation and finding any services related to that. So that's their responsibility to look into that. And in terms of a specific program by the court, we don't have anything, as far as I know specifically, but I will check on that for you, by the way, if you don't mind, if I can get back to you on that.
Yes.
Because I don't want to misrepresent the really good efforts of the adult probation department and what they do. Now, I have to also say, though, that we have the case management services that are provided by Passages. And so I'll defer again to our experts over here to see if you have any other thoughts to recommend regarding housing.
Brian Moore. Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Madam Vice Chairman, and to the committee. We do comprehensive case management, which identifies what the barriers are of the individual. If housing is one of those barriers, as Vice Chair indicated, housing is a tremendous issue in our community for those individuals who are involved in the criminal justice system. Many times they can't get into public housing or other opportunities, but those are things that we're working on. Employment is a great stabilizer, and certainly the first step towards helping that individual identify housing is have a continuous and sustainable income. And so the jobs that we typically assist individuals with obtaining are over $15 an hour with benefits, and having regular income is going to lead to open up additional doors for housing.
Is there, when you say we've been working on that, can you share if you've worked with the administration in terms of that? The new county exec that's his housing initiative, and I've talked to Sarah, which is the housing director or community director, because we all know that's a piece of the puzzle, right?
Absolutely.
We have workforce and we're doing a great job, I hear, in terms of county with that, but where do they lay their heads or live when they have so many avenues cut off? So if not, hopefully I can connect you, if you're not already working with the administration, someone that can really work in conjunction with that. I mean, we know these are individuals that have served their time. They're coming back to society. They need to be reintegrated, and most of their family members have moved on. So they need housing.
We would welcome that opportunity, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And is this program, my last question is, this program as soon as they're released? I know you said it's court kind of,
These individuals are on probation.
Okay.
And so it's not necessarily being released from a correctional institution. They're being supervised by the county probation department.
okay,
Okay.
thank you, thank you.
There's a referral process that goes on. That's why.
And these are state funds
Yes, sir. Community Correction Act funds.
and targeted only for common pleas in Cuyahoga County.
That is true.
Where else in the state is this?
Are the funds distributed?
Yeah.
Through, is my understanding, through other court systems throughout the state.
Every county?
I just attended a state conference, and there was many from across the state attending that are, and it's a related to,
So we don't know, but
I do not know exactly. I can get that, I can ask the state about that, but
everything in this county goes through common police court,
from the Community Correction Act funds.
probationers, okay.
Yes,
And,
benefiting the adult probation department.
And 3 months is kind of a low bar for success. Do we, and it says here that we track outcomes. As we track the outcomes, what's the success?
Can you repeat that again, please?
Well, at 3 months, you're considered a success. You graduate. And it also says here that we track outcomes.
Yes.
I would assume that's after the 3 months. What's the success after 3 months?
Right, so I can certainly ask Passages how they continue to look at these individuals, but as far as the court goes, we conducted a study, and we're able to find that a number of the individuals who have participated in the program have maintained employment.
Well, I would hope so, because they're on probation, otherwise they go back to the can. So there's a built-in incentive, which is great. But my point being, is the court notified after 3 months if they're not working? Is probation notified?
Well, if they're still under probation and they're not employed, yes, then they're working with the individual under probation, they would be notified of that.
So we would be able to track that, no?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Could you
through
get
our-
that for us?
Sure.
And I'm sure the state does this, not the county, but if it's state funds, I would assume that's built into it.
Okay.
I mean, these are, maybe I'm a little bit hardened with my background, but these are, difficult situations for people in difficult situations, but they have committed something. And, to say we're incentivizing them to do the right thing goes against what I'm all about. It's like, do the right thing, period. And again, I understand that population is a little difficult at best, but I'd like to see the outcomes after the 3 months, how successful we are with that. In essence, does it really work?
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, through the probation department, they continue to monitor these probationers as they stay in the
Yeah.
program. And one of the requirements is that they maintain employment. So, and that's why if you don't have it, you are referred to Passages or you're re-referred back to Passages. That's just one of the indicators of success is employment. For, and to reduction of recidivism. It's directly correlated. So as to whether, we are collecting the information, how we collect the information in the court system, we have our court information system, how we do it, whether we've done it, I shall surely look into that for you. And,
I would imagine the state does that. I mean, it's their funds. I mean, they should know if this is working or not working, whether or not it should continue or not continue. But I'm more interested after the 3 months where we're at, because that's where the rubber meets the road. And again, the built-in incentive to not only have a paycheck coming in, doing real work and staying out of trouble is the ultimate goal. And I'm wondering down the road if they do that. So.
okay. And I'm going to defer one more time, though, to my experts. Did I miss anything here in terms of follow-up after 3 months?
I think you can get that from the state. I would imagine. I wouldn't expect you the court to maintain that if these are state dollars, unless they're built in, that
No,
you track.
we provide the tracking. I mean, like I said, we collect the information for those individuals when they're in probation, yes, in terms of their employment status. So it's just a matter of finding.
Whichever way you can do it, if you can get that, I'd just be interested to see where we're at. Okay? Thank you. Any further questions? I'm looking at the timelines here, and we're way off from July, so we're kind of late. Is there a reason why this is so late?
So we don't receive the Community Correction Act funds until the summertime. And you can't proceed forward without really knowing what the actual amount is that you're going to receive.
Okay.
To that moment in time. So in essence, we're behind the 8 ball at that moment in time.
Not uncommon with what we see up here all the time, so not your problem. Well, if the committee's comfortable in moving Resolution 2023-0290 to the full council under second reading suspension. I'll accept a motion in a second.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Against? Thank you.
you.
2023-0297.
Resolution number 2023-0297, awarding a total sum not to exceed $25,000 to the Urban Community School for the purpose of adding fire hydrants to the school campus from the District 3 ARPA Community Grant Fund.
Hi, everyone. My name's Tom Gill. I'm the president at Urban Community School. Appreciate you having me here today. The quick synopsis of this is we're pursuing a final alley vacation on our campus that sits roughly at West 48th Street and Lorraine Avenue. We built the child care center that opened 2 years ago, and the alley sits behind that child care center, and we want to add a driveway and add some parking. And in order to do that, we need to install 2 new fire hydrants along that alleyway. They're highlighted there on the map, and we're requesting your support to install those.
Questions?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The city wouldn't have already required that?
The vacation is pending the installation of the fire hydrants. Yeah, the city's requiring us to install them. Yeah.
Okay. Is this for an existing building?
Correct. Yeah. It's an existing building, but the alley behind it is still public.
So the
And
building's up, but they don't have the fire suppression necessary?
the building is sprinkled, and there are adjacent hydrants. The fire marshal is requiring 2 more additional for the campus. Yeah. This would serve also the headquarters of Facing History, Refugee Response, and House of Champions that are on our campus as well.
My concern is that we usually let this go 3 readings. Is this a safety concern?
The city believes long-term that this campus will be safer if we install 2 more fire hydrants.
You're okay right now without them, but they prefer to have them. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Hearing nothing further, if we can, if everybody's comfortable, I'll move resolution 2023-0297 to the full council for second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any miscellaneous? Happy Halloween.